Today we're considering the nomination of Dr. Colleen Shogun to be the Archivist of the National Archives and Record Administration. The committee is holding a second hearing on this nomination at the request of our minority colleagues. And I hope that my colleagues will use this additional opportunity to ask substantive questions and evaluate Dr. Shogun's qualifications both carefully and fairly. Dr. Shogun, welcome back, and congratulations once again on your nomination. And thank you for your willingness to serve in this very important position. You are exceedingly well qualified to serve as the next Archivist of the United States, and I hope to see you confirmed very quickly to this very important role. Throughout your career, you have served in several nonpartisan leadership positions with both dedication and integrity. And during last year's nomination hearing, you demonstrated keen judgment, a deep understanding of the importance of the archivist role, and a firm commitment to nonpartisanship and transparency. Last Congress, some of my colleagues raised concerns about potential partisan bias. However, your extensive track record shows that these claims to be unfounded. This committee has heard from many individuals and organizations who attest to Dr. Shogun's expertise and ability to work in a nonpartisan manner. These include the American Political Science Association, the Council of State Archivists, the American Historical Association, and other national, nonpartisan, and non-political organizations who I will say have enthusiastically endorsed Dr. Shogun's nomination. I will enter all of the letters of support into the hearing record, which there are many here. The National Archives and Records Administration is the federal agency charged with maintaining and preserving presidential and federal records. Recent events have highlighted longstanding issues with presidential records management and classification, and I understand that many of my colleagues are eager for more information on these issues. But I want to stress that as you told us in your previous hearing, you are not able to provide details about current investigations related to presidential records because, and this is a good reason, you do not currently work at NARA. Pretty straightforward. For my committee colleagues, this is an area that this committee has been actively engaged in, and it's an area that we will continue to be engaged in as we continue to examine this issue here in Congress. Last Congress, I convened a hearing to examine records management challenges and potential reforms. Following that hearing, I drafted legislation that will strengthen existing laws and modernize record-keeping processes. And I look forward to working with Ranking Member Paul and other members of the committee to build on this work from last Congress to advance bipartisan legislation that will strengthen our records preservation laws. Today, I hope to have a constructive dialogue about the current challenges facing the National Archives, and Dr. Shogun, your plans for addressing those. The National Archives faces large backlogs of public records requests and requests from military personnel records that are essential, absolutely essential to ensuring veterans and service members receive the benefits that they deserve and have earned. The archivist will also be responsible for leading the transition to electronic records across the federal government. Conferring Dr. Shogun as the next archivist will help the National Archives address these challenges. Assuring the full and accurate preservation of our nation's history is a monumental task and requires an independent, nonpartisan leader dedicated to serving the American public. I am confident that Dr. Shogun is the right choice to serve as the next National Archive. Today, I look forward to hearing more from you, Dr. Shogun, about your experiences and your qualifications and how you plan to serve. Again, thank you for being before us a second time. With that, Ranking Member Paul, you're now recognized for your opening remarks.
Thank you and welcome. My wife and I are big fans of the National Archives.